This is the Simpit, this is Michi Hoyer, and this is Shaun Cole already out on track on the circuit of Bathurst. The Mount Panorama, 12 hours here on iRacing. That is team practice going on. The ACR number 2 car is out on track with Shaun Cole at the wheel. And I hope Shaun is feeling alright, because today it's the day where he really needs to hit his marks and get somewhat more comfortable in that BMW Z4 GT3. So Shaun, how are you feeling today?
Good. I was tired right before we got going, and here we are a lap and a half in and the adrenaline's starting to flow, so feeling good. Trying to remember the corrections I wanted to make from yesterday and hopefully find some consistency in time.
So yeah, that's a good point. Consistency and speed, that is basically what we are looking for today right here. The latest setup is loaded up on the car. We just have the total view of the car right here before we switch back into the cockpit cam and have a look how he's doing in the car there. You can see the iconic Zakspeed colors here on that BMW Z4 GT3 car, and yeah, it will be exciting to see the car running in the 12 hours of Bathurst in the upcoming weekend on the Saturday. So now Shaun starts his first real flying lap, and we just leave him alone now and say good luck to him that he hits his marks. With that being said, now Shaun is not able to hear me right now anymore. As I said, we're gonna swap back into cockpit view, sitting in that BMW. As he approaches turn 2, target lap times really is a 2:04, 2:05. Want to run that consistently. And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, just feel free to ask them, shoot them at me. I'm trying to operate that stuff as good as I can right here. Like we are not live actually, so we are here on the replay file. That is actually the live picture. So Shaun coming around final corner, not too good lap to be fair, to be totally honest with you guys. So another 2:07.2. I wonder why there's if there is more temperature or something in the ambient area. He's now sitting behind that GT3 Mercedes. As I'm finally able to start spotting, I'm gonna do it. Come here, Screw Chief, to see what kind of stuff he's doing there. Hey Liga, actually it is the number of the car that is 12, so if I go back into TV1, you will see the 12 dash right here behind the front wheels. That is where the number plate carries the 12, and that is the blue 12 here on the template. Currently Shaun is sitting in, I think, 17th position. Yep, there you go, that is position 17. On the standings, you can see we are the dead last car at the minute. Guys running 2:06 is 2:05. Fastest are in the 2:03. I think it's pretty hot today. 30 degrees temperature. on the track as we go back into the cockpit view of that car. Great looking car, I have to say. I'm pretty sure Shaun is on the way to hit his marks very soon. Any feedback on the car so far? As I do know that Robert is watching.
Feels slow.
So in fact it is pretty...
Oh, too late. Come on.
No,
Come on, you're not going to make up time under braking.
What Shaun is doing right here. Yesterday he just hit his 204.9. Currently he's lapping at 206.9.
No, it's just going to take me another lap or two to find my pace.
Okay. And I'm sorry already, guys, it seems like Shaun is hitting the wall or something at some point. That is some sort of glitching that is going on my end. So some kind of bad internet connection or whatever. At least it's not him going into the wall. It's just the car being displayed going to the wall. So Shaun is trying to get himself in, and I just saw him doing some kind of practices in order to get himself into the rhythm. Speed Force Sim Racer, what do you mean by likes to straighten up when he wants to brake? Actually, that is really good because that means a lot of braking stability. Last lap was a 207.4. For some reason the car is a lot slower than yesterday, and I quickly want to make sure to see that the setup.
Is the weather different than when we were driving yesterday?
I'm not sure, I'm just looking at the setup because I can't believe our speed right now. I will have a quick talk to Robert and check some settings, but I might think we are on the wrong setup right now.
Nope.
I think I've spotted some things in the setup that hints to a wrong setup right now. That would explain the lap times right here. Because actually I do not see you doing something really wrong. And
no, that's how I feel, and I'm like 2.5 seconds off.
Yeah. I would recommend to box the car and have a look into the setup files. I'm sorry to hear that, Dragon Model. Have a good lunch then. That is still the most awkward pit entry I ever drove through.
Yeah, it's sort of a joke.
I'm sorry guys, I'm putting up that picture in order to work on the setup. Make sure that you leave the car so I can work on the set.
Yeah, that was really weird. It was like, man, what's wrong? I feel like I'm down on horsepower. I feel like the car's just sluggish. It had good balance still, so it wasn't like hard to drive. It was just like, wow, this thing feels like so slow.
Alright, I'm puzzled, but go out again. Alright, you can go out again.
Copy.
I double checked though, we are on the right set. Let me try something. No, just go, keep going, keep going, keep going. Ah, damn, I can't change that in car. Anyway, keep it.
There we go.
That feels better?
Yeah.
Okay.
More alive.
To be totally honest, I do think you were on a default set. Because you simply joined into the room and drove out, and probably I have not attached the real set to the car yet. My fault there. So that's the engineer's duty,
Whoa,
being a bit
what
wrong.
was that, Shaun?
Thank you F1 Massa for that hint and for that tip. Definitely appreciate that. And trying to work that around. So that is Shaun Cole now on his first flying lap. Hopefully on the right set though. Yeah, Liga, you're absolutely true. Shaun is one of the best in his class. Definitely, oh, what is the word I'm looking for? Impressed me. He definitely impressed me with his consistency around Daytona. Although you have to say, obviously, that he ran a shitload amount of laps in that racetrack. That was another glitch again. He did not touch the wall at all. Because I have the contact reader right here. Oh yeah, Todd, you're so right. Like corkscrew corner is only a small thing compared to this downhill area here in Bathurst. Where's my press ball being gone? That is weird. Oh no, he spun it round.
I wanted to do that.
You wanted or you did one?
Well, I wanted to go faster than I'd been going.
I see.
Obviously that wasn't it, but...
I'll be right back for a second.
Copy.
So I just found what I was looking for. So let's see. And at some point it might be the case that Shaun and me swap places right here. And I will have a drive in that BMW then. Because I haven't driven the car yet, I haven't driven the track yet. But an engineer should always be aware of what he's talking about. I can't simply sit here and talk about driving lines and talk about what she should do, what she shouldn't do, without having done a single lap in the car yet. Really see what the track feels like. Wow, that corner was really, really good.
Yeah, I like what we're doing today over yesterday. A little bit later in. Not a great lap, but I made a couple other mistakes.
How's the car feeling though?
The car feels good.
A little bit of a wiggle there still. Lap time wise, we're still not there at the point where we want to be though. Another 206.6. Alright, Shaun, 206.6. Totally honest with you, I cannot really tell what he's doing wrong at the minute. Because looking from yesterday's testing, he just looks pretty fast today still. And the car looks a lot faster. I think you're a bit too early there in the turn-in.
Ah. A little too early.
And if you guys have any questions whatsoever, just shoot them, just bring them out. The race we're practicing for is a 12-hour of Bathurst coming up on the upcoming Saturday, starting at 1300 GMT. It's gonna be live streamed by Double Null TV. That is Markus Stahl here from Germany, broadcasting our races from our point of view. On his Twitch channel, on our ACR channel, our ACR Facebook probably. 206 still, that time was. But 206.1, he's getting ever so close. Yeah, F1 Massa, we do know. I saw people doing 202s yesterday. It was pretty sick, I have to say. But Shaun is still doing mistakes, to be totally honest. And I hope he can somewhat deal with them around as he touches the wall. That was contact though. Not too sure about damage. Speed Force Sim Race, I do think they go very hard through those corners where we are right now. They go through them all full throttle. I think they go a lot later on the brakes here, where Shaun is now pretty much offline. And it does not matter for that lap anyway now. But I do think that is the difference where we lose the time. I mean, look at that.
Don't jump on the gas.
202.4, 202.5, 202.9. Sorry, what was that?
Just talking to myself.
Robert, are you sure? Because actually, why would you want to run low fuel on an endurance practice? You want to go as long and as fast as you can, don't you? Alright, Shaun, focus now, come on. Hey, Green Blaze. And welcome everyone in general. Pleasure for me to see you here. Yep, Danjo, I do think so as well. That was no contact as well. Oh, Shaun looks a bit all over the place, definitely overdriving the car to my understanding.
Do we have more traction control on today?
Yes, we do. Want to change that?
No, I just wanted to know what the car was doing.
So that is definitely good feedback from a driver.
Come on, idiot. Sorry, Adam.
As you were seeing him asking me about a specific setting on the car.
I feel like right there, that traction control hurts. Could be that was the reason why I asked you whether you want to change it. I want to see over 205 before we do it. Well, that's actually a sign of a good driver. If you change something as an engineer and you send him out again, and then mid-drive he says, did you change A, did you change B? That was not contact, that was just on my end. I just saved my butt there though.
Well, yeah, remember we're doing endurance racing.
Good point.
Thing is, I don't think you can change it mid-car or while driving. Green Blaze, thank you for noticing. Right now I am a bit puzzled because actually yesterday I felt like we were on a lot worse setup. However, right now, today, we're not getting into the speed. David, we would only see if Shaun would be streaming this. However, then I would need to work with delay, which would make the engineering type of thing a lot more difficult. Well, that was a 206.1. Still not where I want to see him. And I hear Mercedes is right on his rear wing, heading the better exit out of one.
Come on, Shaun.
There you go. Well, Green Braids, if you say you're sitting in an AMG, as you can see the AMG just has passed us, I don't think it's really down to the car. Right at the end they are all GT3 level, they have just minor differences. Lap time wise that should only be like a 10th or a 2/10 difference. Still, that was not a contact, it was just shown visually to me. That lap is now waste for trash. Well, you Porsche driver now, you don't need to pull over anymore anyway. The damage was done. Alright, slipstreaming and passing.
I did not see that car.
Well, what the hell? Anyway, let me change something.
Come on, relax.
Are you sitting in garage or?
Oh, I'm sorry, Michi. Yeah, hard for you to work on the car if I'm sitting in it.
Yep.
Fuck, come on.
Alright, I'm finished. Go out again. Yeah, F1 Mazda is, I think, pretty much right with the McLaren, Mercedes and the BMW are pretty much close to each other. That is what I was experiencing on that track as well. What car is different though is a Porsche, I think. So let's see whether with the recent changes Shaun is feeling better and gets quicker. Oh, F1 Mazda, why would you say is always max TC? Traction control should always slow you down to some extent. That was contact though. Just tell me if you need a break, right? But first we want to get a 205. Right, there's a lot of work to do still to the race day, that is for sure. We're still sitting in that P31 spot out of literally everyone that is in here. Well, Speed Force Sim Race and F1 Massa, you both guys are disagreeing on each other. One saying TC high, the other saying TC low. So we will see what is the right way to go. How does the car feel? Comparison to before?
Feels like the rear end's a little tighter.
Alright, hit your marks now, come on. I think currently he's racing the Porsche rim on, I think a Fanatec. And you would need to ask him though. But right now I wanted him to hit his marks and get everything done. Oh, that crap slow. Finally he takes that flat out. F1 was, I did not say, or did not intend to say, that either of you does not know how this car works. However, I'm just now being curious to see if Shaun could improve on the lap time, and if he does so, I would wonder a lot. But right now, I only can guess, but I'm guessing. That did not make too much of a difference. 6.2 or 6.1. That's good stuff that Mercedes is reluctant to give place. And I do not understand this really, you know, people are coming out of the pit lane with cold tires and they're gonna be slower anyway. Just get yourself a decent amount of gap between the car following you. I mean, he seems being a bit faster anyway, but just in general, that was still no contact. Now this is the point of time though where, yeah, exactly. That is so retarded. I do not understand why one puts out of the garage and does not give way.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Shaun, what wheel are you on currently?
Fanatic 2.5 wheelbase. Porsche 918 wheel rim, Ricmotec, real gear pro pedals.
So that was the Ricmotec rear gear pro pedals, the Fanatec V2.5 with a Porsche GT3 wheel rim on it. So that is the current rig he's racing, and obviously his RS seat in which he's currently sitting. That's very good stuff, Steam King. That Patreon group is really coming along nicely on the Shaun Cole side of life. And if you like what you see, and if you like him doing that type of racing stuff with me, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to subscribe to the Simpit, and I've put the all the relevant links into the description. And now I hope him to finally get back on track. He was doing 204.9s, and I do not see a reason why he should not reach them lap times today again. In my opinion, he's lacking a little bit of speed throughout the corners. Well, to be totally fair with you, Kevin, he should drive like that in the race, and should get 203s or 204s. That is what his teammates are clearly doing. But for some reason he does not get it in. I'm not able to talk about the setup, guys, here, because this is internal ACR setup being on the car. And with that being said, we do not share too much information.
Early on the downshift, careful.
A bit of a different story yesterday, or the day before yesterday, where we actually were on a very basic set still. It should have improved a lot by now. Probably it's only the case for the other two guys being really improving. I think so to say, Wimplo. You mean if Speed Force Simulator, do you mean whether our toe-in setting is good? Well, I hope it is. Actually, I do not see a reason why it should not be. So finally, at 205.75, slowly getting there, but to me it seems like you're a little bit late on the accelerator.
Copy.
Green, please, what you mean by room tour? That was contact. That is the car being damaged. You're feeling stressed out at the minute.
A little bit.
So here's a hint. You should carry a little bit more speed into the corners, and I think you're lacking a bit of momentum. But you should still try to remain fluidity, especially when going downhill, and when being on the very top. So I don't know what is actually keeping you away from doing that. You did that a lot better yesterday.
I was just overdriving. I need to settle down. That's all, I think. It's a little hot here today too. I'm definitely hotter than yesterday.
Well, yeah, that's alright. Just let me know when you need a break or something and I gotta jump on the car.
Actually, I'm gonna jump out now because I don't care about your lap time. I want to see what you do on a couple of different corners with the throttle. So areas that I have a question on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Actually,
Okay.
and the downhill section of the first braking section down the hill into that right left. So I'm going to go outside and get fresh air. Maybe you drive, and I don't care about what you do. I just want to know what you're doing with the car through. It's the second left-hander, so or not second, but turn 1's a left, 2 is the right, left. That
Sharp left-hander. The sharp left-hander.
Yeah, the short left-hander. Yep. And then not the immediate right, but the next right, which I think I'm doing about as good as can be done. It's like a release and a stab, the gas for me. And then not the lefts, but the one left where you asked if you can go full throttle I want to know about.
Is
and
it
then
the
I
right?
want to know about that left right after it, going over that little hump, and then braking into that first section. So I just named half the lap, Michi.
You probably just want to say now that corner you are in. I need to get in touch with the car first though.
Yep, that's okay. I'm going to go outside and get some fresh air. Try to cool my skin down a little bit. And then I'll come back and watch you and have you tell me what you think.
Alright. I'm doing real bad. Need to get used to the car and everything first. That is off. Crash. So bear with me a little bit, guys. I need to really get in touch with that stuff. So that is when the engineer and the driver swap their roles. Probably that just only works on the sim. So not too easy into the real life. However, I'm trying to do a good job now. I keep losing it already on the brakes there. Let me just recheck onto settings. This right as done. Go okay. Sorry guys. Just trying to find stuff that makes me a bit more comfortable. Rip! What the hell? Right, I do not have that type of a glitchy internet connection, really. I see where this is going already, though. So yeah, the corner I was referring Shaun to take flat out doesn't really work for me. So I'm sorry guys. I definitely would like to do a better job. I'm just trying to get used to everything. And we will see what we can do ourselves. Just need to take it a little more easy at the front, at the beginning. No! Oh, this is really difficult. Get off there. That is a real problem when working on a car, just from the spectator point of view. The way Shaun drives the car is a very different way than I get it displayed. So when I see Shaun driving, the car feels like going very good around the corners. But actually right now I feel like I turn in, things happen, and then I come out of the corner and things are actually bad. I'm sorry dude, I just spun around. Practice. I better stop driving already.
Why?
Could not even finish a single lap. Actually, when I'm watching you, there's some kind of lag and delay and teleporting going on that gives me a total different thought or total different view on what is actually possible with the car. Turn 1 and turn 2 are fine now. 3 and 4 is good as well on my end, but just look at it yourself.
Okay.
I never was in that area, by the way, so just, you know, the problem is when you come to a track part where you need to go on the limit and you need like 1 minute 20 to there. Yes, Billy, that is the same setup being loaded. And Shaun, if you want to get on the chat there on the YouTube stream, feel free to do so.
I'm in there right now, actually. When you say that, hanging out with the guys. Hey, Michael, where you at, Max? Where is he? I leave him outside. I'm liking the setup, Robert. The setup feels very nice to me. I am just making some silly mistakes, and I am, you know, still not letting the car do its job. Yes, Stu? Now, well, we need a collective agreement on this setup, is the thing about endurance team racing. One setup for all.
Oh, you gotta be kidding, I keep crashing the car, it's ridiculous.
Bad hurt.
Yeah, that's what they call the track. This is a good episode of See Me Failing.
Well, we stream it all here at the Simpit. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Right, I feel like a total retard at the minute. Good thing is I won't drive this car, I won't drive this race, and nothing compared to that. To be totally honest, as soon as the Porsche 911 is on around Bathurst, I skip that week.
Robert, I didn't wreck it as much last night. Or yesterday.
I get some silly wheel spin out of that turn 4, but I'm carrying more speed and taking a different line than you.
Yeah, the traction control kicking in.
Now to me it's like jump and the rear wheels are being in the air. Alter. I'm sorry, this damn corner always I think, alright, you're good at speed, and suddenly bam, you're in the wall. Like that turn 2 works considerably well, all the other things do not really work at all. But do you see a difference in your turn 4 and my turn 4?
Oh, let me watch the last time by Michi.
Now I'm approaching there right now. Let's just go live and see what I do.
Looks like you straight line brake a lot, then crank it in.
So I want to get this right now.
I don't understand. Forget my lap times today, even going back to yesterday where I was driving better. I don't understand I feel like I'm going as fast as I can possibly fucking go.
Can't believe I didn't hit the wall this time in that spin. I'm feeling like utterly retarded to drive this car the very first time.
Yeah, this combination takes time. I mean, Bathurst is just so dangerous.
Yeah, it feels like a full Monaco. You have time to breathe though.
Yes.
Right, I just broke on the grass for the final turn, I think. So, anyone want to place any bets? What is the best lap time I could get within the next 10 minutes without crashing?
Well, let's see here. I think... Oh!
To me, the brake balance is far too far from at the front.
Robert, you don't have to change it for me. I need to find the time. I don't have any real huge complaints about the setup, so if Rene and Chris are happy, I just need to learn to drive it. And again, I just need to learn to find the time on track. I'm real happy with the balance of the car overall.
Oh, H-Carb, I'm gonna do 2 laps. I'll just do it at some point. It's not going to take too long though. I'll let Shaun just watch a little further on my driving and see if he can get any benefit from it.
Yeah, you're taking a much wider approach to 4, I see that. It almost makes it look like you're straight line braking more, but it might just be that wider entry. I think that's what I was trying to do there, Omen, when I was out.
Alright, don't brake on the grass at all. You probably don't want to even maximize your line there. Alright, final or penultimate time, I tried to do a lap.
I'll do my best, Stu. I was overdriving it too much, too. I need to just slow it down. As Robert has told me 100 times, slow down to go faster.
So far, so good. Yes, do it. That's right. At some point I'm rubbish as well.
Alright, last chances. Lap time bets, anyone? Here we go.
Yeah, great turn 1, 4/10 gone. Oh, god damn it. Well, the final time, or will you will go into drive again?
Okay. I didn't bring my soda in here, did I?
Alright, so I'm going out for final time to do one final lap, because I don't want to sit and die here with a 209, and if I crash, well, I die with a 209, whatever. But I can do better than that. Anyway, it's final try, because then it's Shaun who has had his break and cooled down a bit, and having his chance again. And it was not too much seeing me go faster around any corner. It was just for him seeing me taking a different approach. The reason
and also knowing, you know, having a couple of corners so that when I'm driving, you kind of know what the car is doing. I'll be right back, Michi. You finish your lap.
stand so low on the brakes there. Alright, at least the optimal is pointing to a 208. Schaefer, you could be right. Alright, here we go.
Yes, Stu.
Ooh. Contact, that is the suspension being broken. Oh. Right, Shaun, that's it. I mean, with that how it started, it could have been a 0.8 or 0.7, but one car was standing in the middle of the track. I may try at the end of the session though again.
Copy that. I'm free. I can go.
Yep, you can. So.
Oh, it's doing the driver swap.
Wait, can I remove my... I know if I remove driver... Wait, start spotting. There you go. Did not feel too good though. The set I think is actually good as soon as you hit your marks on that track. But all those bumps are up and down.
Gotta turn a little later going wide out there, okay. Try that again. Why is it saying I have repairs? I don't have repairs. It's telling me I have a meatball, Michi. Does it look like I have damage?
Let me check. Not really. Maybe there is suspension. But I mean, you would need to feel that while driving.
Car feels fine. It's giving me a meatball though. Maybe it'll clear at the line.
Yeah, maybe it will clear the line. Top speed is fine, okay, as well. I don't see a reason why you should have that flag there. Oh yeah, Ice Age coming, very true. In the real Bathurst, I think 12 hours, not sure what that was.
I'm sick of looking at that thing, I don't know what it's doing. Sorry.
No worries. I think
just could have crossed the line to see if it cleared it, but...
What you mean there, Todd? With the meatball, that was that flag for repairs needed, what Shaun meant. I remember on that 12 hour of Bathurst in the real life, Audi and a Porsche came together right at the top of the hill, and then a Mercedes GT3 came around, lost it and smashed in that parked Audi. That was one of the most intense crashes I saw in a GT3 class ever. Oh yeah, George, you're so right. It's so easy to spin the car around between those walls. That track is really an awful place to race. I do not like it, totally honest with you.
I keep doing too much brake right there.
Yeah, Michael, you're absolutely right. A meatball is good in a spaghetti. That's where you really want to have them. Yes, that crash was so mental. But it's a credibility to the safety of those cars that literally the driver cell and everything remains static, remains stable. I mean, the impact still with the rear end to the rear end was 200 kph. I mean, he simply lost it out of the final turn and smashed right into that car. Oh, Todd, I was swearing in between in my mind. I was like, dude, that is not even true. I cannot finish a damn lap on that circuit. But I mean, you don't need to be too harsh with your treatment itself. You can be a good driver in whatever condition, and you can have like 12-year experience or 15-year experience, and then you hit a new track with a new car you've never drove before, and you just have that in your iRacing content because of the engineering that's going on. So you can expect yourself doing mistakes, and you can expect yourself being off pace very much. And it's always also a sign of a human being that you simply do not sit in the car and go extremely quick right from lap 1. There's a lot of work to do in order to achieve that. Actually, seeing the pedal inputs of Shaun would help me a lot myself, but I even cannot see it. So no, that's not the VRS software. That is actually the let me see how that thing is called. That is the, I have that in the downloads folder. That is a sim racing app server. I'm sorry, I do not have a download link available for that because that is on my PC for quite a bit of time now. So Shaun did it now round in a 2 minutes 6.0. He's not hitting his marks either. Oh yeah, George, I agree. I should have seen them long time. It was a very good turn 2. Also a very good 4, I would say. Omen, you might confirm.
Late.
What is Shaun doing currently? It looks a lot better to me. Danjo, yeah, we could maybe do that the next time around. I'm currently thinking about how to achieve this. This would actually help me on that with some point. However, you would not see Shaun driving anymore unless we put him as being the broadcaster and me constantly mumbling to him. That would distract him like hell, I think. Anyway, comes around final corner, 205. No, that was a 206.2 or something. Yeah, 0.16. Oh, no worries, Todd. I think he's aware of that. And it's the final 30 minutes anyway in that session. That was contact.
Says I hit the wall there.
Yeah, you did. Well, Michael, I actually did one lap without hitting any wall. It happened actually. The in lap before I crashed. Well, today is really a bad day. I mean, we've done improvements all the way down at Daytona with no matter whether that was the rule before 24, the actual 24, or the 2.4 hours in that classic Audi. Whenever we did a session together, we did some improvement. Today is a bit of a letdown, to be fair. 6.7. Still not there. Oh, no worries, Michael. Just for you, I would do it. So that you see a full lap of me without touching any wall. Probably not in that session though, because now it's 10 minutes to go. Unless Shaun wants to carry on though. Looks like a decent lap at the minute. Not a good lap time again. 205.6. Personal best still. That was personal best, Shaun. 205.6. Very true, Robin. Very true. right now Shaun is what you would call in being in the zone. Max is going mad though. That was it with the zone.
No, I knew better than that as soon as I touched that curb.
Yep, that curb is a bit...
You just can't hit it that hard. You can skim it, you just can't hit it.
Got 8 minutes, you want to carry on after that?
Do you want to run or you want me to go?
No. I want to know whether you want to carry on after the next 8 minutes, because that's when the session ends.
I need to, but I probably should shut down because I have to switch back to the McLaren Assetto Corsa in 2 hours.
Hey Tess, thanks for joining.
I'm going to have to do a solo session tonight, which I didn't get to last night, by the way. I'm going to have to put in mad hours tonight. Or Robert can kick me.
Well, I'm actually talking to Robert at the minute, and we both have some big question marks over our head right now. So that is the type of engineer debriefing where you sit at the desk, you look at the data, you look at the feedback from the drivers and simply scratch your head. Very true, Stuart. He's doing a good job there.
Fuck, man. So frustrated.
Being frustrated is never a good mood to drive.
No, it's not that kind of frustrated.
Honestly, what is the car balance today compared to yesterday?
The only thing I can really notice is that coming off the corner, the traction control's, well, kicking in. Right there, you'd heard it. Which feels like it's robbing it of a little bit of off-corner speed. But I'm just not carrying enough speed, and it wouldn't be a matter if I, you know, I crawled through that corner right there.
Omen, you mean tonight still?
And then I overshoot that corner.
Because tonight there's no further streaming planned on my end. I actually need to go to bed because I need to be fit tomorrow for work again. So that my boss keeps happy. And because of that I will go to sleep. That was contact. Right, to be totally honest, Robert, from what I felt when racing it, compared to yesterday, it seems like being a lot more tight in the back. Just like that. Everything all right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do it the final time. And I think that we shut this down. Alright, Michael, now you got your chance to see it. I hope I can do it. Car on the inside.
What are you barking at, man?
Simply let that go.
I'm just not driving to my potential, Robert. Again, you ask, I don't have a complaint about the car unless it magically just goes faster. I mean, I feel like every time I can't hold a corner, I feel like I didn't hit the brakes enough. Every time I steamroll an apex, I feel like I just turned into, I mean, I don't know, the car balance feels alright. I think the walls just scare the hell out of me and prevent me from doing certain things. I'm really frustrated.
Right, I think if any, I get one final shot.
I'll do the same, Robert. I'm not showing up to the race doing fucking 206s. Not gonna happen. A lot of time between now and then. It's a priority, so I'll do it. I mean, honestly, everybody in the stream knows what I normally do at 6 o'clock. I'd be just as happy to go, yeah, I'd go have a Snicker bar, because I'm getting a little Betty White right now. And, I'd take a shower, I'd get some coffee in me, and I'd come back and I'd skip SRS tonight. That would be... But I'm not going to do that, because I've made an obligation to that group and that race, and I did the practice. Well, I did some practice for it. Hey, I'm sorry guys, I'm not smiley and happy, joy. I really don't like being 38th on a leaderboard. That to me is just not what I consider myself. So that's part of the frustration. Part of it is knowing, you know, the teammates, the guys I'm going to be running with are running 203s, and, you know, I'm 2-3 seconds off of that. And this is my fourth practice session. Yep, just got to keep at it, George. That's exactly right. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Last night I was just letting it flow more. I think in the end I equaled my time, but overall last night I think I was just letting it flow. Thank you, Stu. Yeah, that's going to be really critical, and that's what kind of frightens me, though. So, at Daytona, I had to back it down, and I was running a bit off of my pace just to be in that endurance mode, you know, and that was costing maybe, I think, about 0.6 of a second a lap, really, in reality, getting that cautious. No, and Mythbuster, that's kind of where it is a little frustrating. It's like, I'm like, well, I don't know where I could push it any harder and have any safety whatsoever, but, you know, it's funny, you learn certain corners and you protect certain speeds that are artificial in your mind and maybe not the maximum of what the car can handle.
So at least a 207.9 without any contact. That was good.
Say again, Michi? I'm sorry I missed you there.
At least that was a 209 without any contact.
Okay, cool.
207.9, sorry.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, ain't all that bad. Right, so
yeah, Stan. That's all. Yeah, sorry, Michi. Stan finished my thought for me. Yeah, so that's my concern, is that whatever speed I'm at, let's just say I was running 206 flats, which is not good enough. Come race day, that could turn into a 206.6. Forget traffic, just being cautious and and I can just see then Michi's going to get on the horn and be like, okay, I'd like to see a 205, and then who knows?
Actually, you know in Germany that's Shaun the sheep. You sound like a sheep when laughing.
I'm bawling like a sheep.
a bit. So anyway.
Oh, I'm actually not 38th in the room, by the way. I'm tied for 37th, in all fairness.
Still.
Yeah, still.
Could be worse. Anyway, so I think today was a very mixed session. Definitely the setup change we did. The other guys did work with very well. Did not suit you at all, I think. So yeah, it's gonna be the engineer's task to have a debrief now and see what could be a solution for that, because obviously we don't want to have the two teammates running slower or less comfortable. At the very same time, we need to make sure though that you will be getting at least the lap times you did yesterday, if not even faster still. So yeah, there's an important task to do over the night, or do over the course of the morning, in order to get things reassembled again.
Yep.
If you think about yesterday's car behavior, is there anything like you would say is significantly wrong today?
No, I mean, the only difference I actually could notice was the coming off the corner. And I didn't mind it. It was just needing to know it was going to do that. It wasn't turning as much at the last moment with throttle input. But that's fine because it was a safer car. So just knowing that I have to be a little bit tighter on exit, but that I need to be anyway because that's one of the problems I'm having. No, I just need to relax. I think I was just tired going in and had a little bit of a headache and wasn't at my optimal time to be, doing this. So yeah, I think that was a little part of it, which isn't a great excuse because, I mean, honestly, especially in an endurance race, you need to race when you need to race. But, yeah, I don't know. Something wasn't quite there today.
Yeah, anyway, the thing is, I was watching you drive. I could not see anything really that you made wrong specifically. And I mean, probably I have to be happy I did not drive the car you drove yesterday. Or the car you drove the day before yesterday. But that car today, I had like no confidence at all stepping on it. I do not know whether on the other setup that was a different story, but for me, the rear end was just a bit too twitchy.
I think for me, I can almost, and I'm not saying that I can't improve, but here's my observation of what I think is going on. I don't think I'm slow over the mountain. But I think I get myself so riled up and scared and cautious that I'm horribly slow at the simple corners. That chicane after the mountain, the final corner, turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, even turn 4 before really, that's to me the beginning of the real mountainous or sketchy part. Through that fast, windy section, I was behind some cars that were like, anywhere from 8th to 20th ranked in the room, and that's not where they are gapping me. They are gapping me coming off of turn 1. They're gapping me on turn 2. And I just know that I was ruining the final corner every single lap. And it's that afraid of the walls, driving timidly, and over braking for fear of something that doesn't even exist in those corners we're talking about.
Yeah, it was some very weird behavior. Even, I mean, for some reason on that turn 2 the car felt incredibly easy to drive. On that turn 1 it was a twitch, on that final turn it was a twitch. But that turn 2 really felt like you turn in, you step on the gas, and you simply crawl out of the corner.
Yep.
And yet, this balance, this safety you have exiting out of 2, as soon as you go to 3, into 4 and out of 4, and then go up the hill through 5 and 6, being close to being flat out. The car is so loose, the car is so twitchy, the car is... And the first I thought it was being because of the steep angle going up the hill, but to be totally honest with you, exit of turn 2 is an equivalent amount of steepness than the exit of 4, 5 and 6. So I don't get it where the car balance goes there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. It's funny, I actually kind of feel better on the parts that scare me the most and worse on the simple parts. That's what's kind of... the other thing is that the beginning of the downhill, the hard brake... well, it's not even hard braking. The right, left, right...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know I'm leaving a lot there.
Yes, you do. But I was doing myself. I could not get that right for the single time.
Well, and I think I'm fighting a little bit of fear of what's happened in previous times in races there, but that it's like, oh yeah, you can push it so much harder, but you do one fraction too much brake or wrong wheel input, and it is the opposite results of what you wanted.
Yeah, anyway, I think we should have a private testing session together with the team all together.
That'd be nice. It'd be nice for you to run with the guys running quicker just to see what they're doing, and
yeah,
I should be close enough to be able to at least learn from them on parts. Which time slot are we running?
Time slot?
Yeah, there are 2 of the Bathurst.
I think the 1300 GMT.
Okay, I think that was in the notes. I was looking at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, I think you have to go take a little break, take a final drive in that McLaren. Despite my mom being out of town, I'm not gonna drive it today.
Alright, well, don't tell Rene and Chris what times I've run yet.
you do know that we were live for public, and that this video is going to be saved to the YouTube library.
Maybe they weren't watching, but yeah. Don't tell Rene and Chris yet. Give me another session before you tell them what I'm doing.
Well, I put this video on private now. I'm joking though. No.
I'm gonna come back tonight though. I'll do some offline, get this race done, and get out there. And then tomorrow I might just have to. I might not be able to work. That's the thing. That might be the end of the Simpit. We'll do the pit stop tomorrow morning, and we'll do the race at 6 p.m. Other than that, it's nothing between now and race. Green flag.
So let's see what we can do. Anyway, guys, if you have any further questions right now, that is the point to ask them. Yeah, Bathurst, you're absolutely right. We definitely need to find a lot more confidence. Thank you, Michael, though, by the way, just for that what you said before. Other than that, guys, I think it's time to let Shaun go. To let him go deep into his mind and refigure why he was doing lap times we don't want to quote again to our teammates.
I'm gonna have to have a special session, an emergency session with Fabio. Oh.
Oh yeah. You really need that.
Get my head on straight. So.
Anyway, guys, that's it for me for today. Shaun Cole is live in a good 2 hours again when there is a sim racing system race in Assetto Corsa in the McLaren F1 GTR. What's the track?
Laguna Seca.
Oh, for God's sake. Yep. After I do know that, I do know that I do not miss anything on tonight's show. I so much hate this track with the corkscrew corner and whatever.
I saw someone say it was the most overrated corner in racing.
Well,
I don't share that belief, but that's okay. I'm looking forward to the race, and it should be fun. So yeah, it's 6 o'clock, 2 hours from now.
Yeah, that is a good 2 hours from now. Make sure to join Shaun Cole on the Simpit there. Anyway, that's it for me. That is Shaun Cole. I'm Michi Hoyer, and we were live for Avid Chronic Racing and the Simpit. And we see you guys out on track.